Greetings, everybody. We are 4 sleeps away from Game of Thrones Season 8. Winter's finally almost here after over 530 long days and 4 more long nights to go. And then we have 6 episodes until we reach the long night, which is unfortunately going to be forever until we get the spinoff series. So joining me today on this quick Game of Thrones live stream we won't be on here very long, but just to get some of the hype out of our system is joining me for the first time on Moist Visions is Thomas.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'd say make sure you check out Thomas's channel. He's been doing a lot of live streams with a lot of pretty cool people. I'm doing a pretty good job hosting, I think. I've been listening at work, so it's giving me something to listen to at work, so keep it up, buddy. And also joining me is a founding member of the Moist Cast that founded it with me on Fridays, and we moved it to Sundays, and a Game of Thrones talker as well. The super fan with a bunch of wiener dogs, Adam Shawhan.
Thanks for having me, Master Moist. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here with you.
Oh, and I mean, I'm telling you what, we have we're almost there. We've almost made it. 4 more days living Rhapsody. You were right, 4 more days. And those emotes right there, if you could just add in all the emotional ones, that would be great. That's how I'm feeling right now. Now, I know Superfan is a diehard Game of Thrones fan. Now, Thomas, I'm not sure, are you a fan of Game of Thrones, or are you just kind of getting all the hype?
No, I love Game of Thrones. I've read the books. The last season almost drove me crazy with the way it ended.
Yeah, I know with the wall coming down. Spoiler alert for those that are not up to date yet. But yeah, when the wall came down at the end of season 7, I was just like, yo, like finally, I'm like, this is. For me, I'm like, the realm is finally going to realize what the real issue here is. It's not the Iron Throne. It's the freaking White Walkers. And I actually got into it at work today or yesterday with someone, and they're just like, Jon Snow, like everything, he's just kind of always getting saved. He's always, not really doing anything, just messing around the North. I'm like, but the thing is, like, he's the one that's trying to say, hey, the real problem's up here. He's the guy. Everybody in the realm is the flame dog meme. All right, verbal meme, the flaming dog meme. The dog's sitting in the room and the room's on fire. This is fine. It's that meme. Jon Snow is the guy in that same room, though, that's not in the meme, screaming, "Hey, this is not fine. There's something wrong." Meanwhile, Cersei, Dany, everybody else is like, "This is fine," and they just want the Iron Throne. That's how I view this. And I mean, I'm baffled already, and nothing's happened yet.
I do agree that I think the White Walkers.
Excited with anticipation.
Yes.
I do agree that I think the White Walkers are a big threat, but I also think that Cersei is a big threat because of her alliances with I think it's the Grey Company. Golden Company, my apologies. The Golden Company, and now she has Euron Greyjoy.
See, I'm anxious to see Euron. I hope we get to see him be like really evil, because the actor that played him said before this season, I think it was, that Euron will be even more evil than Ramsay Snow or Ramsay Bolton, and I didn't see that. I was just like, yeah, this guy is a jerk and a pretty big dick, but I mean, he's nowhere near the level of Ramsay saying goodbye to Theon's sausage and then turning him into Reek and all of that. Like, so I'm hoping we get to see that side of Euron. And God bless if something like happened to Theon happens to somebody else. But that is kind of my thing. But no, I think Cersei, the thing, but what too is what we all know is coming in, I think it's episode 2 or 3. I think it's episode 3 is the battle for Winterfell. We know that everybody knows that's coming. It took them 51 nights to film this thing. the longest shoot for a single battle in cinematic history. So, I mean, this is going to be epic. But what comes after? It's like if that happens in episode 3, what's going to come after that is we're going to have Winterfell just in chaos. Hopefully our people pull through and not many people die. But it's Game of Thrones. Who knows what's going to happen? But we could potentially have, we could have the line to the throne of people that we would suspect, like Dany, Jon, Sansa, all of them. Who knows? 2 or 3 of them, 2, or all of them could die. And then Cersei's stuck there with not having to face the rulers of the North. But who? So, I mean, it's like thinking about the different possibilities that we could have after the fight against the White Walkers in the North. And who knows? The White Walkers might just plow through and just, they have to retreat south. I don't know. And I love thinking about it. And I honestly haven't felt this way about a movie or a TV series. Honestly, I don't think ever. I think maybe I might have been this excited for Star Wars Episode 3 just because I knew Darth Vader was going to become Darth Vader. But I knew it was coming. I knew exactly what was coming. Game of Thrones, I know there's a big-ass battle at Winterfell coming, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let's ask both of you here. What are you most looking forward to learning about or seeing reactions of or something in this season?
I'm looking forward to seeing I think it's to seeing Jon Snow's reaction to the fact that Bran knows who he is, that he is Targaryen, but he also has a little bit of Stark in him, and I really hope they follow up with what they've been kind of teasing is the battle between the Hound and his brother.
Oh, that would be all. Yeah, the Clegane Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, that'd be incredible. Super fan, what's something you're looking forward to?
I just can't wait to see where the story goes because so far we've been hooked in and it's been joy. So I just myself can't wait to see Jaime Lannister and what side he's going to take, see where Tyrion ends up. As we've all feared, hopefully they don't kill him off. But since that is the writer's favorite character, we think he may be safe. But then again, we don't know. They could all get wiped out within the first couple episodes. So yeah. I am, just ready to see what we get for a finale, to say the least.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to go here and say that my what I'm looking forward to most is seeing how Hot Pie's storyline plays out. We haven't seen Hot Pie since like season 5, but I have a feeling Hot Pie is going to show up. And Hot Pie, I think he is. If you want to place a futures bet, I think he's a dark. He might get the throne. Might be a hot take there, but I'm going to go for. I'm going for Hot Pie, but but in actuality, I am going to go for what I'm looking forward to the most is something that I hope happens right away, so I can just get it out of the way. Well, not get it out of the way, but we've waited since season 1 for this. Is Jon Snow and Arya's reunion? I am more than looking forward to that. And seeing how Arya and Jon, we all know Arya is going to be just elated to see Jon, but then going forward, yeah, and Bran, and I feel like whenever Jon Snow sees Bran's just going to like look at him and just say hello, and then he'll just be like, "We need to talk later."
Yes, that would be great. We need to talk later, and then Bran gets killed, so Jon never finds out.
Yeah, and then Sam. Hey, we have Sam. There's two. There's two that can confirm. Because Bran had the visions, and then Sam had the records.
That's right.
And remember, he stole the records too from the Citadel.
Oh yeah, he did.
So, I'm so excited. Like this is like okay. I'm pumped for Endgame. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see Pet Cemetery, even though I know what's going to happen in that. I've read the book. It's like I'm pumped to see all these different movies and stuff, but like I just there's something special about this show, and I think you're really starting to see it. You're really people that aren't really into the Game of Thrones hype are final. They're either right now they're wanting to bash their own brains out because of all the stuff's going on, but I feel like people that are on the fence, even that I've been working with, that are like, maybe I won't watch it. They're like, okay, even if we know what's going to happen at the end, we need to watch it. Like, just binge watch it all at the end, like when it all comes out. I'm just like, because they're just like, we just want to know what's going on. Why is everybody in this? And proof and point, my dad, who I never thought would watch this show, my mom texts me this week and says, hey, your dad he's just been filling up the DVR of Game of Thrones.
That's always
great.
That's always the best.
That is great.
Oh, it is. And yes, and for those of you who are aware how big of a fan that I am, I've had 2 cats in my life. One of them, he unfortunately left us a little early about a month ago. His name is Jon Snow, and my current cat, her name is Dany, for the mother of dragons. But right now, she's the mother of catnip and cat treats. She's going nuts playing with her little toys here. But just for even for the cats though, Jon Snow especially, I would be watching Game of Thrones, and Jon Snow, he would sit on the freaking couch right behind me, and he would be hooked. And every time they'd say Jon Snow, he'd like freak out. So proper Jeremy, hey, how's it going, buddy? We're gonna talking some Game of Thrones here. It's been a while. Keep an eye on your Twitter here. Hopefully we can get you before you head out to Star Wars Celebration to hang out with the Fandom Menace. Hell of a weekend, everybody, because we got Game of Thrones, we got Star Wars Celebration with the Phantom Menace. For you sports fans out there, we have the Masters this weekend. I mean, this is a weekend of just like, if you don't have to leave your couch, don't, But for myself, I will be in Chambersburg, PA, doing a Civil War reenactment Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. But I will be back in time for Game of Thrones. Yeah. That was I'm like, yeah, I love history and everything, but like, Game of Thrones, it's making history right now, and I need to be a part of it. But I guess so Thomas, since this is your first time on here talking some GOT with us, give us your favorite, favorite top 3 moments of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I think, yeah.
So my first favorite moment was when Jamie, he at the end of the last season, he says, he pretty much tells Cersei that he's going to go, and she's either going to have to stop him or accept it. And the look in her eyes as you think whether or not she's going to get her bodyguard. What the bodyguard's name? The character.
Mountain.
What was that?
The Mountain.
Oh, okay. That she's gonna either have him chop Jamie down or just let him go, and the look of betrayal, and as as he's heading out of
the mountain, Sir Gregor.
Yeah, thank you very much. The mountain.
The mountain, Sir Gregor.
Yep, thank you. And then as she's looking, and as he's heading out, and as he sees the snow start falling, and he realizes winter is coming, because I don't think he believed in it that much. The other one was season 1, where you just see Tyrion just slapping the shit out of Joffrey.
That is
what was that?
I love that.
Yeah. And then the other one was, I think, just when you see the Hound, and he's in season 2, and it's in the Battle of Blackwater. Blackwater. Thank you very much. Blackwater, and you see the Hound just saying, "Fuck the Queen, fuck the King," just saying fuck everyone, and just walking off, and knowing that Tyrion is, knowing that he's rogue now, and that he doesn't care what happens to him. Because the Hound is one of my favorite characters throughout the season.
The Hound is. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is. Yeah, no worries there, Adam. No worries there. No, I think the Hound is one of the more interesting characters from Game of Thrones, and he has one of the best character arcs. Like him and Sansa have two great character arcs. Like the Hound is the character that you were like in season 1, you're like, this guy's a douche. I hate this guy. Even in season 2, for the most part, he started to show a soft side, but the Blackwater, you're like, okay, I like this guy because he basically told Joffrey go shove it up his ass, and pretty much called him a coward in front of his own men as well, and showed his own prominence of just walking out. Like he's like, what are you going to do? You're going to have these people come? You just watched him earlier in the episode cut a guy in half with one sword swipe. Like, what are you going to do? And then whenever he finds Arya and protects her, and then eventually, he has an epic battle with Brienne of Tarth. One of the best swords fights in Game of Thrones, just one-on-one combat. And then, you think he's dead and he's back. And then he avenges basically all those religious people that were killed. I'm not sure, they were like the Sevens tribe or something like that. They were all killed. But he avenges them. And then, when you look at it in season 7, when they go north of the wall, you're like, well, this guy, I hated him in season 1. I like him now. And whenever he's talking to, what's his name? Tormund.
Yep.
That is one of my all-time favorite scenes of Game of Thrones. Whenever he's like, here with Brienne of Tarth, Brienne of fucking Tarth. And all of that is one of my and that's one of my favorite moments, because you have Tormund so like wrapped up talking about her, and then you have the Hound say something that I think is great to think about every character. It was said as a joke, but I think you can think of this as a an expression for every character. And he says, "How the fuck have you survived this long?" And Tormund's like, "I like killing," or something. He's like, "I like killing." And when you think about that out of context, the Hound saying, "How the fuck have you survived this long?" Apply that to every character, and you'll look through Dany, Jon Snow, Jorah, Jaime, Tyrion, Varys, everybody, and you'll be like, how the hell did they survive this long?
Common.
I mean, I think we lost Adam here. Hey, Tired Odin, how's it going? And Miss, thank you for stopping in as well.
So I'm gonna actually have to get going, but if you guys are still, because I'm dinner's ready. But if you guys are still streaming when I'm done, I'll hop back in.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably be going off here like 8:45 or so. So
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much though for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yep, and make sure you guys go check out Thomas's channel. I know he does some live streams, usually a few times during the week. So make sure you tune in for those.
Very cool. Thank you again.
Yep, no problem, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
So, all right. So it is just me now, I believe. I usually am on with other guest hosts, but I will do this myself. I will go solo just because it's Game of Thrones, and I can talk for hours about this. So I'd like to welcome all 8 viewers, and welcome to my rant session about Game of Thrones. If you have a topic you'd like for me to talk about in the chat, drop it in there, and I will be more than happy to talk about whatever the hell topic you want me to talk about. That was a lot of saying talk there. But I'm going to go through a storyline right now that I hated in Game of Thrones. Didn't hate, but it pissed me off to no avail. And that is the freaking Sand Snakes. Sand Snakes, when they were introduced, season 4, I'm thinking this is going to be okay. There's these guys, these are interesting. They didn't do anything with them, but they had a pretty awesome moment whenever they killed the Prince of Dorne. That was pretty cool. That was like the only time I really, really got to see their badassery. And I didn't really, it was. I feel like the Sand Snakes. It was they were 3 characters that. And I guess their mom had a lot more of a story that they could have developed. And I think that's one of the shortcomings of Game of Thrones is that storyline right there. And they kind of have a very abrupt end when you think about it. When you look at season 7, they're just killed in episode 2. Fun story about that. Whenever I saw season 7, episode 2, it was in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was out there for a wedding and a bachelor's party for one of my college roommates. And for his bachelor party, it was on a Sunday night. What we did was he's like, well, we're going to go out, right? We're going to do the bachelor party and everything. We just gave him, we're like, hey man, we're going to take you to this place and don't ask questions. We get there. It's a comic book shop in a very shady part of Las Vegas. I mean, now you can argue that anything off the strip in that immediate vicinity is shady. In that part of Vegas, but what we did was we we went to this comic book shop, and when we were at the comic book shop, we went in. They're just like, "Hey, do you want to get popcorn or whatever?" We're like, sure. You go. We went into this back room, and it is the shadiest thing I've ever seen in my life. And there was there's already like 10, 15 people in there, and there's more people just coming in there. They made bleachers out of like these 2x4s and like old stolen stadium seats. And then they had a projector screen that went on the wall, and that's how we watched Game of Thrones season 7, episode 2. And we made sure we did that before we went out and had our bachelor party with my roommate that was getting married. So we made sure that Game of Thrones was a part of the bachelor party. That's how much this show means to us. And now his fiance, she was in Vegas as well at the time, and she was having her bachelorette party. Now, she got real pissed at the end of the night, not because we went to any strip clubs or anything, but it was because that we took him to see Game of Thrones season 7, episode 2, and she had to wait to see it because he could spoil it for her at any time. And she, so that was one of those memorable moments of the show, going into the shadiest comic book shop I've ever been into. And watching that, and that happened to be the episode where the Sand Snakes were all but one of them were killed off. And, it was a pretty epic battle. We finally got to see Euron Greyjoy, do something other than kill his dad and talk all this shit. Euron, here's how I view Euron Greyjoy. It's like, he's like a football player, like a wide receiver that's talking shit the whole time. And is terrified to go on a crossing route across the middle because if he does, he's going to get lit up by a linebacker or a safety. But he'll stand out there on the sideline and talk shit all he wants to. But as soon as he has to do something, boom, he's out. That's how I view Euron Greyjoy. And until season 8 proves me wrong, I will stick by that take. And joining me with a lot of hot takes here is proper Jenny.
It's still proper Jeremy, but the name changed after an April Fool's Day joke. Yeah. So I'm just embracing it. And I can't change it back, by the way, so.
That's kind of awesome, though.
I guess.
I mean, at least you still got the picture there. So
yeah. Oh, no. I'm just embracing it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, there's nothing else you can really do, I guess. So you were just talking about Theon Greyjoy? Or
Euron.
What?
Euron Greyjoy.
Oh, I thought you said Theon. Okay. Never mind.
No, Euron.
I know I'm on.
Yeah, no. Euron still has a penis. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's up?
I guess. Yeah. So I was starting to go into was a rant about the Sand Snakes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And that's how Euron got brought in. But I guess just so you guys get your guys' take as well. The Sand Snakes, I feel like they had some cool badass moments, but it was they were just randomly spread in there. It's okay, here you go. I kind of wish there would have been an episode or two that really would have like went into Dorne and like the Dornish politics and whatnot. Because Dorne's just like, oh, it's there, but like, I don't really care. To me, Dorne felt like North Dakota. It's there, but like, you know.
There's a lot of things in Game of Thrones that are just there that are just there. Yeah. I kind of get it.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, you know, it's there. Like, I'm sure the people are nice. Nothing against them. I have a buddy that lives in Montana next door. Like, yeah, sure, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like random side. Can I be perfectly honest? You know, it got after like the first few seasons, there got to a point where there were like side quests that were going on. I call them side quests because like none of the real main characters that I give a shit about were involved. No Khaleesi, or excuse me, Daenerys. No Starks. No Lannisters, you know, all those random stories, you know, just like, nah, not for me, skip. Like,
well, Bran disappears for during season 5.
Yeah, he's just gone, and then he comes back season 6. So, like, I would have liked to. I don't know. I guess after a while, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I guess I stopped watching, you know, at the beginning of season 6, just because it got harder to watch, if you will.
Oh boy!
I know. I'm sorry. What? I know season 6 gets really good. Gets really good, but also it was spoiled for me.
It picks up.
I know, but it was spoiled for me. Battle of the Bastards. I was just like, this is ruined now.
Well, the thing is, like, think about it like this though. We know the Battle of Winterfell is coming. Like, we know it's coming.
We know winter is coming.
We know winter's coming, and apparently it's supposed to happen in episode 2 or 3. Probably 3 is what I'm suspecting of things I've read. I don't care. I know that it's coming. I think we and the rest of us, we all know it's coming. But whenever I read that 51 nights to film, the Battle of the Bastards, they took like a month to film. Wow. I'm like, 51 nights? That's like the record for a cinematic one battle.
Yeah.
I'm just like
that's impressive.
This just goes to show the epicness of this show. And that's only like in the middle of the season, supposedly.
Imagine what the climax of this entire season is. The climax of the entire series is going to be. Is it going to be the Battle of Winterfell? Is it going to be something else? We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
Too. Like if say this is, you know, say everybody's right, it is the Battle of Winterfell, but who knows? They also said they were going to put out all this false information. It could be the Battle of King's Landing for all we know.
I know that's why I like these writers. I like how they're able to. Benioff and Weiss can just keep us on our toes. It's wonderful.
Oh my gosh! Like there's so much.
Yeah, but I mean, I just hope that they don't have too much filler. Like, can I be perfectly honest that one story with the girl with the half-burnt face that was burned at the cross or whatever, did not give a fuck about. Did not give a fuck about.
I love Shireen.
I'm sorry, but I don't see her purpose in anything else or any of those characters.
Her purpose was, from the way that I'm viewing it, her purpose wasn't for her to develop her character. It was for Davos.
I don't even know who that is. Like that's how bad it. That's how much I did not pay attention to that storyline.
Oh my God, Davos Seaworth is Jon Snow's right-hand man.
Well, now I know.
He's the one that
become his right-hand man a little later, or
he's the one that introduced him to Dany as Daenerys whenever they met in season 7. He's like,
I did not see that. I have not watched that yet. So
not good.
But yeah, no, it's okay. No, you don't have to worry about spoilers because
it's early. It's early on, so you know I'm not gonna. I won't say anything else. But
that's been ruined for me too.
Well, you are kind of in the wrong. I mean, we've been talking spoilers. Like crazy.
Oh no, I was just.
You're a little behind if you ain't caught up by now.
I just wanted to pop in and say hello, and you know, whenever you send me a link, I will join if I can.
That is true. Yes. I will. But okay, but anyway, Davos. All right, just go to rewind.
Sorry if I kind of derailed.
Oh no, that's okay. But no, just to put it to so you know that you would have met Davos by now.
Yeah.
You'd have met Davos in season 2.
Oh, okay.
Davos is Stannis Baratheon's right hand man.
Okay.
Basically, he's the hand of Stannis Baratheon.
Yeah. Hand of the king.
He was the guy he was the Onion Knight. He had Stannis cut off like the tips of his fingers on his right hand because he was smuggling onions or something, and he had to like follow suit or whatever with the punishment. He was Stannis, and Stannis is Robert Baratheon's brother, fighting for the throne. So Davos sided with Stannis, and then season 5 and 6. Season 5 is whenever Shireen burns, and I think the whole thing, and she got close to Davos while Davos was held in the prison cell by Stannis because he didn't trust Melisandre, and he wanted to kill her basically. And the thing is with Shireen is that she's teaching him how to read, how to write, all these things.
Oh, that was really nice and everything.
It was, yeah. But the thing is, it's not necessarily her development. It's getting him attached to her so that when Stannis kills her, because he just wants the power. He believes so much in this. He believes, air quotes, in the Lord of Light and all this, and Melisandre. He burns his own daughter at the stake in front of everybody, including her mother. That's whenever Davos is like, "What the fuck? This guy's crazy."
Yeah,
it's like
no kidding.
His moment of being like, "I loved her, and like I love that kid." She taught me life lessons. And it's like he basically views her as a daughter, because Stannis doesn't want two shits with her because she had half of the gray face or whatever. I can't remember the name of it.
Grayscale.
It's like grayscale.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was just burned or something. I don't know. Isn't that the same thing that the one guy did? The guy who was stuck in the friend zone with Daenerys.
Jorah.
Yeah, Jorah.
Yep. That's the same disease. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so it's pretty serious. I mean, she's a lucky case that she survived. And it stopped. But that left her face half deformed. And Stannis didn't want anything to do with her. But Davos was like stepdad. Like, hey, I'll like, you can talk to me and all this stuff. And then seeing that happen was just like the moment where Davos, who's all about loyalty, and he was loyal to Stannis until that moment. And it's just like to see someone who's loyal through like 4 seasons of that show. It's like, damn, this is impressive.
Yeah.
And then the best part, the Battle of Bastards, he's like, we might as well be taking shits back here. And then he charges in with all the archers. I love it.
All right. I mean, I figured she had some sort of purpose with, some other character. The only thing is just like I didn't pay attention. I just didn't pay attention to the plot line because I didn't think it was leading anywhere. I also wanted to see what was happening with Jon Snow at the time. So I don't know. That's probably where my head was at. But
no, that's good. Well, and too with just before, but I say Davos was a character too that I really didn't care about until the whole thing with Shireen really happened. And then I'm just like, you hear his reaction, you see it, everything, and you're just like, oh man, like, okay, I get Davos now.
Yeah. There was just too many too many things going on at once that I was just like, I can't keep up with this shit.
Especially in season 5.
Yeah, in season 5, that's where it just, if you imagine if I had, waited 8 months between 4 and 5, I would have been lost. I would have had to rewatch it again. I just don't have time to do that, I guess. So that's why I was really confused. But watching the first 5 all at once, I thought that was a great experience. And luckily nothing was ruined for me. So that's what made it great. And hopefully I get a chance to go, at least go back and watch 4 through 7. Because it's always a fun time.
You must.
Yeah. Hey, Adam. I just realized.
Yeah, we got Adam Callahan's here too.
Yeah. I think he might be A-okay.
Nope, I think he's here.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I got to get going. It was really nice. Yeah, it was nice talking to you guys again.
Yeah, and hey, dude, safe travels up to Chicago tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like I saw Jeff, Kendo, and all them from World Class were on their way today. Jeremy, Anna, and Jesse are already there.
Yeah,
so
I feel a little bit behind, so I gotta get going.
Phantom Menace is there. It's beginning to populate there, I believe. So
yeah, I'll be there Thursday night. So hopefully,
when's EVS getting there? Do we know?
EVS, yeah, he's getting there tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon. I'm getting there tomorrow night, unfortunately. But hey, better a little late than never.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I wish I was planning on going up, and then had some unfortunate medical bills or vet bills, I should say.
It's all good, man.
That came up, but I'm sure that we can. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is that, and I'll say this live, is that you have all these people there with all these big fan bases. There's like, hey, let's try to do these meetups. Like, maybe let's do one like in the South or like in the Midwest. Try to do some different meetups across the country. That'd be pretty cool. Because hey,
yeah,
we all have so much in common. It'd be great that we can all meet in person and just hang out. Even people that we haven't really interacted with on YouTube or whatever, that just listen or just maybe throw a chat out here and there.
Yeah,
it'd be great to meet everybody because we all have opinions and we all love talking about them, obviously. So let's meet up, have a couple beers, and a lot of new friendships have formed already over line, and it'd be great to meet up in person.
Yeah, exactly. I've discovered so many other YouTubers through here. I don't know, aside from the usual suspects, I am not entirely sure who is all going to be there outside of everyone at Geeks and Gamers and World Class, and then Ethan. I'm not sure beyond that, but I very much look forward to it, and hopefully we'll meet up at Celebration on Friday. And because I know there's a huge meetup that night, but yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'm sure there's a lot of local people there in Chicago that are Phantom Menace people that will.
Yeah, some people are just going to the meetup. But...
I was gonna say, yeah, people that are within driving distance, especially.
Oh yeah,
they can go grab a hotel for the night and just party it up and head home in the morning. So
yeah,
anyways, hopefully no hangover moments.
There will be on Saturday morning.
No, I mean like the movie The Hangover. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the one thing I'm kind of concerned about.
Roof.
Help! How'd you get on top of the convention center? I don't know. And you're like, and they're like in their underwear with like a beer bottle and a cigarette, like
lightsaber.
Yeah, lightsaber, yeah, and like some weird like
and like a broken Darth Vader mask.
It's like cracked in half. Oh Jesus! Oh, this is.
And you're like, is this what Kylo was trying to do?
Probably. Damn it, Kyle! Why? The one thing that I am a little concerned about is if there's going to be any fights that break out. I hope not.
I don't believe that there will. I mean,
I don't think so either.
I could see though. I could see EVS not getting in a fight. I don't think Jeff. Well, no one's gonna fuck with Jeff.
No one is gonna fuck with Jeff.
No one's gonna fuck with Jeff. And Jeremy too. I honestly think Jeremy will be calm and collected as well. But I think that EVS will probably get the most shit. I think Jeremy will get a lot of shit too. Jeff's videos that he does. I mean, Jeff is very, very, very calculated with a lot of his videos. Jeremy does a lot of instant reaction, and same with EVS, which I think that leads to them getting a lot more just pure anger. So I think most of the stuff is going to be directed towards them. If people recognize them in person, who knows, they might not. But Jeremy, they might. EVS maybe a little less so, but EVS could also be just like, hey, I'm just, he could also just pull the asshole card if he wanted to and just be like, well, what have you done? Like, my career's set. Like I've done so much already. I've contributed content to the DC Marvel universe. Like, what have you done with your life? I don't care.
Yeah.
He could do that, but I don't think he will. I think what he'll do is, I think both of them will just be like, hey, respect your opinions. Like, we don't care. You can comment on our videos, call us whatever you want. It's just like, it's your right to do so. And that's what both of them say on their videos.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be any fights or anything, but I do believe if somebody does actually initiate some sort of physical contact,
It'll be Anna.
they will not hesitate.
Hannah. Did you just say Hannah? No, I thought Adam was just like Anna. Anna's gonna do that. Oh God!
I think here's the thing. But I think that EVS and Jeremy, especially since they will probably get the most shit for their for everything. I do believe that if someone would get up, threaten them, or physically like push them or something like that, that they will at the drop of a freaking dime be ready to freaking pull the legal shit.
Well, you've got world-class bullshitters the size of an offensive line.
That's why I said
it's good there.
Look at him and be just like, no.
And I see Anna slapping Odin. That's what I see happen. That's going to be the assault that happens because he's going to say Avatar sucks, and she's going to whack him. That's the assault that I see happening at Celebration.
You may have a point.
I really don't think that there's going to be any like physical altercations. Verbal, there might be a couple, but I feel like it's just going to be like, oh, hey, hey, fuck you, Jeremy or EVS, and then just be like, oh, hey, cool, hey, thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty much just a bunch of people hanging out. There's going to be a bunch of people doing their thing. The way the last I had heard, they were kind of setting their thing up, their own places. So I don't think people that are going to be hating on them are going to show up necessarily to the bar or the places they're hanging out at. They're going to be too busy doing shit in Chicago. Hopefully everybody just goes and has a good time.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, exactly. That's the thing. A fan of Menace or not, go and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Anyways, thanks for having me on. Derailed.
Hey, no problem.
Just go back to talking about Game of Thrones. That's what people were here for.
All right. Well,
sorry for distracting you and everything.
Safe travels up there, bud.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care, you guys. You will be there in spirit. I'll keep you in my thoughts. You guys are awesome.
Have a beer.
I shall. Cheers, mate.
See ya. Oh man, some more Game of Thrones though. Now we can spoil.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't hear him either. My hangouts must be jacked because every time somebody else jumps in, I can only hear you. So I got to listen to it through YouTube, and it's a little delayed. So
yeah. Well, apparently he didn't know John and Danny had met, so I spoiled that for him. But I was just like, I mean, at least that's early in the season. It's not like
But if you don't got time
to
to watch it, you're going to miss out. And I mean, if you haven't caught up by now, the new season's starting, so you're already behind.
You have 4 sleeps. You have 4 sleeps.
Yes.
You have 4 sleeps. Tomorrow you have 3 sleeps. The next day you have 2, and then Saturday you have 1, and then the freaking long night has arrived.
That is right.
Ugh. I am going to be, and here's the best part is, I'm doing a Civil War reenactment this weekend, as I had mentioned. I will be at around a campfire, and half the people at that campfire are Game of Thrones fans. So you'd think that as Civil War nerds, we'd be sitting around debating the Civil War and different, if this person would have did this in this battle, the Union would have won, or the Confederacy would have won this battle. No, we won't be debating that. And that's usually every other reenactment. But no, for this summer, it will be all Game of Thrones. I mean,
you should damn near almost live stream Saturday night.
I would, but YouTube I think changed their policy that if you have under 1,000 subs, you can't live stream from a mobile device.
Well, it's not like I couldn't set it up and we could still do it.
That's true. Yeah, you could do that. I'd have to check my battery though, because my phone probably will die on Saturday.
I got you. I understand, but that's what I was saying. There you go. That would be great to have all those guys just talking, you know.
Yeah, and we're all there in Civil War uniforms, like, oh,
Yeah.
you really think we're like, yeah, Robert E. Lee, Ulysses S. Grant, but hey, Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow and like Cersei Lannister.
I mean, think about it. You can't make this shit up. This would be.
Oh no, you can't. No, honestly,
yeah,
it's literally a freaking commercial. Like, you know, there have been Civil War reenactment commercials before. Like, if they want to hype up Game of Thrones, be like, oh, hey, you know, even these freaking history nerds, we're not talking about, we're not going to be, like, during the day and stuff, we're going to be there like, oh, yeah, you know, Civil War. And then, like, when we sit around the campfire, you know, open a couple beers or whatever, we'll be like, you know, what do you think's going to happen? I'm like, what do you think's going to happen and what? We're like, Game of Thrones. It's like, boom. And there will be arguments like crazy, believe me. I know how these people are, that I love them to death. They are my brothers in weekend arms, is what I'll call them. And I mean, I love them to death. They'll do anything for you, the nicest people ever. But they're going to freaking argue their ass off for whatever they believe in with Game of Thrones.
And then the best part is you'll get to go home and watch and see who's right or who's wrong.
Exactly. And then in 3 weeks we have another event, and then we can bitch about it all again. And we'll be further into the season. That's even better. I mean, it's awesome. And that's the amazing thing. And whenever I lived in Jordan, even a few years ago, you know, it was back when season 5 was going on. And I'd be on campus at Princess Sumaya University, and I'd be walking by, and they'd be speaking Arabic, and you'd all of a sudden hear a Jon Snow or a Targaryen or a Lannister or a name from Game of Thrones thrown out there, and you'd stop. I'd like stop, and I'd be like, you know, are you talking Game of Thrones? And they'd just be like, yeah, like, what do you think of the last episode? And be like, well, let me tell you what. And then it's like these. It's like there was these couple girls, they were talking Game of Thrones. And I like walked by and I'm like, you're Game of Thrones? And they're just like, yeah, we watched it last night. Don't tell our parents. And I was like, what'd you think of the episode? And they're just like, well, we thought this. I'm like, well, here's what I think. And so these two Jordanian women that I had never met before, we had like a 20-minute conversation. And they're just like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, oh, America. I was like, oh, hey, welcome to Jordan. I'm like, oh, hey, cool. Awesome talking Game of Thrones with you. And they're just like, hey, if you know a place to watch it, let us know. So, yeah. We had 2 people to watch Game of Thrones. So, you know, it's like something that it's a worldwide phenom that we haven't seen. I mean, we have Avengers and stuff, but like something so multicultural that it's not just, you know, Europe and America. It's literally everywhere. That everywhere they can get their hands on it legally or illegally is like going nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think the legal, illegal part matters. They just want to see it. They don't care how. Yeah. Just let me see it.
And that's why I love this so much, that it's such a, you know, people want to bring people together. Give us some damn good entertainment. You know, and what is some, you know, you have the division in Star Wars right now, and the whole Captain Marvel hoopla. Yeah, you know, all this shit. Look at Game of Thrones. Yeah, you could argue there's modern political messages in there, you know, but who cares? It's fucking good story. Like, well, it's a damn good story. Like, why do you know, there could be anti-war messages in there from George R.R. Martin, which he's even said there are. You know, there could, you know, strong women characters. You know, pretty much everything that you could think of. It's in there, and but you don't care when you're watching it. When you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, I could see where the message is there. But you're just like, damn, that's awesome. You know?
Well, the Sand Snakes was a ginormous SJW second where you're thinking, oh, these bitches, they're just beating everybody. Yeah. They put an end to that real quick, and it was Cersei that did 2 of them in.
It shows that nobody is safe, and that goes true in the real world. I mean, we're here today. Who's to say that we don't get in a car wreck tomorrow and we're gone? You know, Game of Thrones is the real. It reflects the real world so well, in the fact that it shows that nobody's safe. Everybody is a human. everybody is susceptible to, hurt, emotional and physical. And that, at the end of the day, are you alive or are you dead? Yeah. And that's what matters. Valar Morghulis, all men must die. Valar Dohaeris, all men must work. Basically, what's that saying? We're all going to die, and we're all going to work. We're all going to do something in our communities, in our lives, within our families. Whatever you do, you're going to do something to contribute. And that's just the way that life works. And that's why it's like it just gives you so many different perspectives to look at things like that. It puts it like that, black and white. Work and die. That's it.
Like they say, you're going to pay taxes and die. The only two things that are guaranteed in life. And now we're all just worried about Game of Thrones.
Exactly. So, it's a mix that gives you I love that it does that. That it gives you all of those perspectives on just things that you can take away. And it's not like it's forcing a political viewpoint down your throat. It does it in a way that you're just like, oh, wow, damn, that's awesome. And then you're like, at the end, that's why I'll say, a feminist favorite show should be Game of Thrones. I mean, and here's the thing. They're doing it because they want it. Not because they believe they're entitled or whatever, but they've been, we've been downed the whole time by society. It's like, no, we know we're better and we can do this. And, I can rule better than so-and-so. Or I'm not a Ramsay Bolton, I'm Sansa Stark. I can do this. Things like that. I'm going to persevere because it's my duty and my family and because I'm a damn good ruler. Things like that. Or Arya Stark being a badass. It's like, yo, this is the show for you. This is what you want. These are the role models that you should look up to, in pop culture, not in real life, but in pop culture at least.
This is entertainment done right.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's why it's so loved by conservatives, liberals. It doesn't matter. People talk to anybody yo. I mean, you could probably sit in a room full of half conservative, half liberal, and be like, yo, let's watch Game of Thrones. Be like, all right, let's do it. And everyone will be like, the only argument would come up would be if someone talks while the show's on. And it'll be everybody pointing at them saying, you shut the hell up. I mean, that is I mean, we got 4 sleeps to go, folks. We got 4 sleeps to go. I think I'm gonna call this one tonight here at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. 4 sleeps until winter's arrived finally. We know it's coming, and in 4 nights it's here. So joining me tonight on the surprise Game of Thrones stream on the Moist Cast, on the Moist Visions Inc. channel is the superfan Adam Shawhan.
That is correct. I am here, and as I said before, it is always a privilege and an honor to hang out with you, Master Moist. You have a very safe weekend, and enjoy, as always, 4 sleeps.
Absolutely. We will have 4 sleeps to go, and it'll be better tomorrow when I have 3 sleeps to go, and then 2, and then 1, and then, we'll be there. And
then the show will be over, and we'll be calling each other. Oh, my God, you fucking see that?
I'll be watching in a basket case of emotion. But thank you all. Thank you guys in the chat. I saw a few people hopping in that have joined. Miss Tired Odin, Thomas earlier, living by Rhapsody. Proper Jeremy joined for a while. Shows up as Proper Jenny. But thank you guys for joining up here, and we will talk to you shortly about some more Game of Thrones.